Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Here is the list of money made by Marvel throughout each phase, and each movie or each phase is represented like by its moneymaker. Of course, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War, somehow Spider-Man, and Thunderbolts. Spider-Man was really good
Yeah, it was.
and had no competition. Thunderbolts was okay and had no competition. I'm really surprised Shang-Chi didn't beat it.
I
But
didn't really like Shang-Chi all that much.
I did. I guess watching it the first time I really liked it, but watching it a second time I was like, it's okay.
There's
And
things I liked about it. There's a lot I didn't like about it. Felt a little bit on the boring side, to be frank with everybody.
I could respect that. I could respect that.
It should have been an hour and 40-minute movie, not 2 hours and 30.
Yes. Yes. All right. So it's weird looking at how much money they made, and this last phase made more money than what people thought, but again, much less than what they're used to earning. And that's kind of a conversation. Like where are they going wrong?
Everywhere, ever since they introduced the multiverse.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where they're like, let's put out stuff, put it out, throw it
We
out
need
there.
content, baby.
Yep.
Required homework and viewing for everybody.
And they were so used to just being able to print money that when things weren't working the way they thought it was going to work, they didn't know how to course correct. So they just keep, I mean, it's like the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result
Yep.
instead of, you know, looking at what they're doing, going, okay, we need to do something else, which they did do, but then desperation kicked in and they had to bring back RDJ.
Pretty much.
And
I
they
mean,
started repeating themselves when they were doubling down on things that people didn't like.
Yeah.
And tripling
Exactly.
down because they keep doing the, like you just said, they keep doing the same crap over and over and over again and not learning any lessons and thinking like, oh, well, we have all these other like C and D list characters that we can make money off of. Like, hey, look what happened with Iron Man. He wasn't one of the main guys of Marvel, and we made him. No, that was phase one, which was Paramount made Iron Man, not Disney. People tend to forget phase two, right around the middle of it, is when Disney and Marvel got into bed and things changed. So phase three turned out really good because you had the two Avengers movies, Infinity and Endgame, to cap off a great streak of some cool movies with a Captain Marvel movie thrown in there. And then right after that, should have just taken a break, like take the win and be like, all right, we have X-Men now, we have Fantastic Four. Let's take a little break and work on them, and then we can come back to these other characters if that doesn't work out. Because then you bought yourself time to figure out a backup plan. Instead of just, hey, let's bum rush, let's do a bunch of shit and see what sticks.
Oh, we have to have a movie out in theaters or people will forget about us.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's not a matter of rights issues. They don't have to keep putting a Marvel movie out X amount of fucking months per year, but I don't know.
In phase four, you could give that Spider-Man mostly over to Sony. Marvel got a little cut of it in co-production on it. However, those were Sony movies, not Disney movies.
Right. And it's the only good movie that Sony's put out other than, well, no, it's the only good movie that Sony's put out in a while, other than Ghostbusters. Like I like the Spider-Man movies, but the Spider-Verse movies, not the cartoons, but the Morbius and Craven and stuff like that. I just have no desire.
Madam Web, Kevin.
Yeah, Madam Web. No desire to put myself through that bullshit. Not at all. Nope. On the flip side, coming soon, of course, is the Fantastic Four. What was it, July 24th, I think?
I think
Somewhere in
so.
there, yeah.
Yeah. So, but here are the Funkos, or some more Funkos of them in their spacesuits with the cute little space boots.
That looks ridiculous for Johnny.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. I don't know.
Flames are on the inside of the outfit. Nice.
But
Well,
if
it's
you,
made of unstable molecules. It won't combust.
well, the flames are coming out the boots and the gloves too.
What about the helmet?
Might be. We don't know.
God, he'd burn through his entire oxygen supply in 30 seconds.
Yep.
At best.
3 seconds.
And then dig this. We saw this last week, but here's a bigger close-up of it. The Reed Richards gonna grab it for you popcorn bucket. Now the base of this thing fits in your hand. So it's not the biggest, but it's not the smallest either.
I
So
don't know, Kevin. How's that going to work out? You got
well,
one hand on top of the bucket and one on the bottom, and
well,
then one in the middle of the popcorn bucket.
you may have to free up a hand. And
Need a little assistance there, huh?
There's that one of those that you'd have to cut a hole in the bottom of.
The elephant.
Is it me, or does that look like half of a beard for Mr. Fantastic there?
Kind of half of a beard,
Yeah,
like
it does look like half of a beard.
looks like they used a Lemmy
Yeah.
figure from
Motorhead.
yeah.
Yay, some spades.
I tried doing a beard like that once. Didn't quite work.
My beard was like that okay for a while, and then my face went gray, and I was like, well, okay, now it just looks stupid. Probably looked stupid before, but then it really looked stupid. Well, anyway. The last thing I saw this week that made me super duper excited for the Fantastic Four was this image.
Nice.
Now, I heard this was from a Little Caesars commercial.
It's a commercial. It's not actually in the movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
but still, you've got one of the mole man's creatures.
Yeah, like the first image that people remember of the Fantastic Four, like this is the original monster that they fight. The first image that anybody ever saw of them was fighting this creature.
Cover of Fantastic Four #1.
Yeah, and they recreated it so perfectly. I know it's not in the movie, but I wouldn't mind if it was. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, I would love if that was part of the movie. Are you kidding?
Yeah, like even as a flashback, and then we landed and this happened. You know, I'd be okay with it. I just want to see them fighting the son of a bitch, like recreate this image here.
They very well may. They did say they are fighting the Mole Man in this movie too at the beginning.
Yeah. And again, I think it's one of those things because we see them giving an interview in the preview. So I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a flashback montage of exposition.
Yep.
As they do. So Disney has announced that they are adding an extra movie to their Marvel lineup for 2028. And I'm sorry, a fourth feature film, not just an extra. And people automatically went to assumptions of what it could be. And I think it's a good idea because they need something else in there to add to their Avengers or their Doctor Doom type shtick or their story, because I don't think they have enough. Like they're going to cap in so much in just these two movies and maybe a little bit into the Spider-Man film. But people are saying that they're expecting it to be either Black Panther, Blade 3, or Fantastic Four 2.
A little too soon for a Fantastic Four sequel.
True.
They'll still do it though.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
They made the first movie in less than a year.
Yep.
So, and Black Panther 3, we know that is coming down the tubes, but Eyes of Wakanda hasn't come out yet. And I reckon they're going to test the waters with Eyes of Wakanda first. And I don't think we're going to see Blade.
I don't think we're getting Blade. They keep saying like, "Oh, well, we canceled the last production, but we're still working on." No, you're fucking not. We're not getting another Blade unless it's a Wesley Snipes led Blade movie.
Yeah.
That's the
Which
only way I see that happening, honestly.
I think Ali's moved on, and good for him.
As well he should. He's a goddamn good actor. Like he doesn't need to
Yeah.
be sticking around for this shit. Jesus.
And they've been stringing him along for years.
Like 5 years at this point,
Yeah.
if not
Yeah.
longer.
I think it's been longer at this point now. Yeah. So, and that's too bad because, like you said, he's great, and Blade's a great character. To be attached to it would be an honor.
Yeah.
And they expect people to work that way for the honor of it. No, you cheap motherfuckers. You can't finagle people that way.
Nope.
But they've been trying for the longest time.
Yeah, no shit.
But later on this week, they also announced that Jake Schreier is going to be directing the new X-Men movie. So who knows? Maybe that could be that feature or the extra feature coming out in 2028.
I don't think it's like officially announced from Marvel until you get the official announcement from them. I don't think that's happening.
Really? I thought they had because Bo DeMeo went fucking batshit crazy online after hearing this.
Unless this happened after I heard about it, but what day did this come out?
Yesterday, day before yesterday.
Okay, so then my information is like a couple days older than that. So forget it. If that's what's going on, then okay, good luck with that.
Yeah. Like Bo was pissed. Like he was very outwardly pissed. And I get it. They've shit on him a lot.
Yeah.
But he also has the bias that like it takes a minority to understand the X-Men and to write a good X-Men story from a minority's point of view. And whereas I wholeheartedly respect that and understand that, I have to point out that the X-Men were written by people that weren't necessarily minorities, Jewish, but successful white males, straight white males, unless, they had things between them and God and never somebody else. So it's not the sole responsibility of a gay black dude to write the X-Men. It could be anybody or direct the X-Men. But we can't also deny that he just wrote some of the best X-Men shit that I've ever seen. Ever. Like, he is great. He does get X-Men. But I think he's wrong to call them cowards for casting this guy or pinching this guy for it. They're trying to do with him what they did with the Russos and what Warner's did with the guy from Harry Potter in the last 3 flicks. I can't remember his name. Anyway, not important, but it was the same director.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I get where everybody's kind of coming from on this one. I just want to see a good X-Men movie. I don't want to see it be fucked up.
We've seen enough of that for years from Fox, so come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you all like this video? If you did, hey, do us a solid, hit the like button on the way on out, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can stay tuned to all of our video content down below. This is a clip from our live streams every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern, called Deadwire Live. We have a lot of other good stuff on our channel, so please come on over, check us out, and we'll see you around.